seduce someone is to persuade them to fall in love with you. I will show you how to seduce anyone with how you look by utilizing all 5 senses: sight, scent, touch, hearing, and taste. The secret sauce here is that you need to use all 5 senses I will show you in this video to be ultimately seductive. For one, you're going to want to highlight key body part. There's certain body parts that turn women on, and you can use them for seduction. And by the way, your face is the least important body feature. According to the study, only 2% of women listed the face as being the most attractive feature on a man's body. There are 2 body parts that truly matter, starting with your chest, which is rated by 24% of women as the most attractive body part on men. The mistake most of you guys make, you're either not showing or you're showing too much that makes you come across as a tryhard. So the trick to show off just enough chest is to unbutton 2 to 3 buttons max. Anything more, it can end up looking bad. Another great trick, especially right now for summer, is to wear an open top with a tank top underneath. See, tank tops for men do a great job of making your upper chest look bigger and more defined. And finally, you can add a necklace to truly draw attention to that body part that we already know scientifically women prefer. The second most important body part, coming in at 19%, are your arms. Your mistake is thinking that because you don't have big arms, you don't benefit from this. You do. You just need to get the right sleeve cut. Even if you're skinny, every sleeve you get should be cut above the tricep and nice and tight around the arm. Your tricep is the biggest muscle in your arm. When you expose your tricep, you give the illusion of having bigger arms. Look at how much smaller my arm looks when I wear a shirt that's loose cut and covers the tricep versus a shirt that exposes the tricep and is tight around the arm. The second thing to be seductive through sight is to take up more space. This specific study found that people who used more body language and had a more expansive frame ended up attracting more attention from the person they liked. The logic is simple. Because you expand your frame, you take up more visual space and therefore attract more attention. You don't notice this, but your brain does this automatically. When you are nervous in a social situation, your brain automatically forces you into positions that are smaller to avoid attention. So I want you to fight against this. Here are 4 everyday areas you can become more expansive in. Number 1, use your arms as you speak. As you speak, I want you to use more of your arms, so when you're in front of that person, you're claiming more visual space. 2, when sitting down, I either want you to spread your legs or stretch out. Take up the space you need so you look physically comfortable. You will be taking up more space while also looking more confident. 3, walk around. As you walk, you're visually claiming space. Most of you will stay in one little corner again because your brain is nervous, and when you're socializing, you don't want to claim enough attention. So fight against that and just start walking around. Finally, number 4, lean against things. When you do this, your body creates a larger shape than when you just stand straight still. Now, let's seduce with the sense of scent, which takes us to the third trick. Learn which notes are in your fragrance. Scientists have found that scents can trigger biochemical and neurological responses that trigger desire. So I did my research to show you the top 3 notes that elicit the highest amount of attraction. And this is key because knowing what notes are in the fragrance you purchase is more important than just purchasing a fragrance that just smells good. Here are the top 3 notes to always look for. 1 is vanilla. This specific study found that vanilla and other sweet food-like scents tend to create a feeling of comfort and peace. This encourages a sense of safety. This can be great for you on a first date because you're trying to get her to trust you. And when I read this study, I became obsessed with finding the highest quality vanilla note I could find. And I ended up in France sourcing a vanilla oil that I feature in my Gala fragrance. It also features patchouli, which has been known to be an aphrodisiac that helps stimulate endorphins and increase blood flow. The second note you want to look for is rose. A 2015 study found that rose oil is a powerful stimulant. This rose oil helps increase blood flow, which increases sexual desire and satisfaction over time. This is perfect for that second, third, or fourth date when you're trying to escalate seduction. And out of all the notes, it has to be the most powerful one, so I had to find the best rose scent. I ended up in Turkey sourcing a Turkish rose oil that's featured in my Love fragrance. This fragrance was specifically designed to be worn in situations when you want to increase that chemistry. And the final note you want to look for is sandalwood. Now, this is a more exotic appealing scent. It was used for centuries as a stimulant in medicine. For months, I was looking for a sandalwood scent that was truly masculine. So I ended up designing a fragrance called Azabache. Features sandalwood, leather, and tobacco, making it an ultra masculine fragrant. And that's why I consider Santa Lucia Dark Collection be perfectly designed. Gala, Love, and Azabache are some of our best sellers, and you can get them all three in a bundle so you can have them for any situation in your life. If you guys want to check it out, I'm going to have it linked below, and I'm going to give you a special offer right now for this video. So you can purchase fragrances that have been thoughtfully put together that help you achieve a specific goal. If you guys want to check it out, click the link down below. 4, you need to clean problem areas. It doesn't matter how great you smell. If you have any bad odors, they will overpower and mask your good odor. This is why you must do 2 things every day to make sure you avoid smelling bad. You want to start by targeting problem areas. These are areas you tend to ignore in the shower. You must target and scrub down these areas daily to remove the dead skin and the bacteria that builds up and promotes bad odor. Once you step out that shower, you then want to deodorize all the problem areas. Again, another mistake you make is that you only apply deodorant to your armpits. You should be applying deodorant to your armpits, your genitals, your butt, and your feet if you have problems in these areas. This is why personally, I like spray-on deodorants because it's easy to apply across the body. We are 2 senses down and I still have touch, hearing, and taste to show you tricks of seduction. And these are more interesting in my opinion because these are the ones that no one thinks about. Everyone thinks about seeing and smelling. These 3, these are the game changers. Let's start with touch. We're gonna tackle your hair and your beard for number 5. That same study I referenced earlier about the most attractive features on a man, they rated your hair as the 2nd most attractive feature at 22%. This is because most women love to mess with your hair, especially as seduction starts escalating and it turns into kissing or making out. This applies to your beard as well. You can do 2 things to increase seduction and touching. 1, make sure your hair is soft using a leave-in conditioner. The trick here is that at night before you go to bed, apply a leave-in conditioner to your hair and into your beard. When you go to bed, all those nutrients will be absorbed by your hair. In the morning, when you wash this stuff out, you will instantly feel after just 1 use how soft these areas will be. Which takes me to the 2nd tip. Apply a fragrance. You want to grab a brush and do 1 to 2 sprays on the bristles of the brush and then just brush your beard or your hair as you normally would. Now, anytime she touches these areas, she will be seduced. This takes us to number 6. You want to learn basic touching techniques. You can turn her on by just touching her correctly and respectfully. And scientifically, this has been proven that you by just touching a girl, her skin temperature can jump by up to 2 degrees Fahrenheit. You're quite literally turning her on. So to touch her right and respectfully, here are 4 ways to do it. They're easy and you should do them in order. Number 1, do the handshake. Right, you go up, you give her a handshake. This is when you first introduce yourself, and give her a smile and look into her eyes. This is the safest and easiest one to do. If she reciprocates and smiles and looks back at you and almost like giggles, this is a good sign to move on to the next one. When you 2 are on a date, I want you to sit next to her, close enough where both of your arms are touching next to each other. She will feel even more drawn to you being this close. And if you notice that she's more giggly, maybe blushing, this is a good sign. You can move to the 3rd one. You can play with her stuff. If you're on a date, chances are she went above and beyond to look as good as possible for this date. Tell her you love her earrings. You tell her that you love the bracelet she has on. As you give her that compliment, I want you to gently touch these items and her skin. This will drive her wild while you are touching her naturally, and you get the added benefit that she's gonna feel good that her energy didn't go to waste. Finally, number 4, the phone trick. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can ask her for her phone so you can put her number in, or maybe you're going to show her your phone because you're going to show her a picture of you growing up or a puppy. And as you hand the phone, you want both of your fingers to lightly touch. You want to elongate it a bit, make it a little bit dramatic. If she looks at you, look at her. If she smiles at you, smile at her. And here's a bonus tip. If you do any of these and if you do them right, hold back. Don't rush into all 4 of these. After you do them, hold back because her emotions are going to be fluttering and she's going to want you to do it again. That's where your increased desire and seduction. Now let's move on to the art of seduction through hearing. With number 7, we need to fix your voice tone. Forget about what you say. You can seduce her by just the tone of your voice and making it deeper. And this is why what you say doesn't matter as much as how you say it. As this study, they recorded the voices of 60 males and had females rate the attractiveness of men based on the voices they were hearing. We found out 2 interesting things. 1, they want you to have a lower voice tone. This is because it's a signal to her that it's most likely a large body size projecting this low tone of voice, and women love larger men. So to get a naturally deep voice that doesn't sound forced, you want to speak from your diaphragm and not from your chest. Now, a good test to know if you're speaking from down here is that your stomach should be expanding every time you do a deep breath, and it should not be your chest just doing quick little breaths. And the second thing we found out, they don't want men that stutter. Women prefer a narrow format of spacing as you speak. So a good trick, before you start talking, take that deep breath, fill up your stomach, and then start speaking. This will avoid you running out of breath mid-sentence and having to gasp for air that causes these stutters. And finally, the last category, seducing through the sense of taste. And we're gonna do this with number 8, your lips. She will look at them as you talk and be seduced if they are attractive. Now, if you've done everything I've told you in this video, she should be seduced by now, to the point that she will want to escalate it to the point of kissing your lips. If they are soft, this will be the final and ultimate seduction. Now, a good trick to get to this point is easy. After you're done brushing your teeth every morning, I want you to clean your toothbrush, and using the bristles of your toothbrush, you're gonna gently scrub your lips. This is gonna remove all the dead skin and exfoliate your lips. Then, every night before going to bed, you're gonna apply a little bit of Vaseline. This is gonna moisturize your lips as you sleep, sealing in hydration. Then when you wake up, your lips are gonna be perfect every single morning, and you'll never have to apply lip balm.